Yeah, I heard that question. The last thing I would ever do is, have a team win one for me. I mean, I love this place. I'm not happy with the job I did with the Knicks, but I grew up loving the Knicks and loving the Garden, and I wanted our guys to experience what I grew up, looking forward to. We had a disappointment 2 weeks ago, on Sunday, like Clemson, like Memphis, like Florida State. And we were just so privileged to be in this tournament. I grew up realizing how great the NIT was. Fran Fraschilla explained it to our kids. Bobby Knight talked about it as well. But this is a phenomenal opportunity for our program and our kids to play in this environment. And as a coach, the way they responded and played the second half, I always talk about playing the right way. We played the right way, and I was thrilled to be part of that.
Zach?
Did you have any memories, Larry, of that 1 year coming in here today, or not really?
Yeah, I have a lot of memories. My best friend, or one of my best friends, is the coach. I came in here, a lot of people that were great to me and my family, remembered me. They took me into the Knick locker room and showed me what they'd done. How many guys get to coach the New York Knicks? And when you grow up in this city and you love the game the way I do, I was thrilled. I'm not happy with the job I did, but every time I've ever been here, it's been a highlight for me. And then to have my kids come in here and play in this environment with SMU people here, you can't believe how it was at SMU. We'd have introductions last year, and I'd look at Tim Jankovich and I'd say, "What the hell are we doing here?" And if you said anything on the sideline, everybody heard it. And you had to be real careful. But now, we're a major program playing for a major championship, and that's neat.
What did it mean to you to have Woody sitting behind the bench and some of his coaches sitting behind the bench supporting you guys tonight?
Oh, I talk to him every day. He's a big part of my life. Coach Knight and I talked about Woody before the game, and yeah, Bobby would never tell you who his favorite players are, but I know he's one of them. But he's gone through hell, and they got it going. Last I looked, they're right there with a chance to make the playoffs, and I'm thrilled for him. I don't know if they'll let me in the Garden tomorrow night. I got Billy King, who I love, done a hell of a job with Jason, and, I got a night off. I don't know. I'll either go see Les Mis or the Knicks.
Larry, can you talk about, I have two questions. One about the 9-1 run there that really got you guys going, and that was without Marcus and Nick Moore. Can you talk about how those guys, your other players, played during that stretch? And
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask about Bobby Knight and what he might have said before the game.
Well, I'm always nervous when Little Nick's out of the game, or Marcus. But Marcus has gotten in foul trouble a lot all year, and our depth and size has really helped us. But Tim kept saying to me, and Eric kept saying to me, and the whole staff, let's keep riding this, because our defensive intensity really picked up, and we did get easy baskets. It gave them a chance to rest, because Nick was really spent, Little Nick. So that's everything. Our depth has helped us all year, but I think tonight you can't see how effective they were based on the statistics, but on the contribution to us winning, it was great.
What did Bobby Knight say to you?
Oh, he, when I got the UCLA job, I spent a week with him in Bloomington, and he just was a big part of my life from that day on. And I always remember Coach Smith, how highly he thought of Bobby. And I've always heard people say all these things about him, but I've coached a lot of his players, and they all were enamored by him. And I think, you know, when I introduced him and told him basically what I told you, and then he basically talked about his love affair with New York, you know, going back to Army and, you know, Indiana, and told our kids how lucky we were to be playing at this time. Like we've said, only 8 teams are playing now, and we happen to be one of them. I think they probably had to Google him up after I left. They Googled me up, so.
Right here, Coach.
Coach, we're talking about all of these older coaches. You've been around the game a long time, but what do you think about a young coach like Brad Brownell, and what do you see out of him?
Oh, he's great. You know, I got a little North Carolina background. I know what kind of job he did at Wilmington. I know what Jerry Wainwright, you know, thought about him, and I have great respect for Jerry. And that's a young team. They're really young. And they had a couple tough losses late in the year, or else they might have been in the NCAA tournament. It's not an easy league, but I think he's got it going in the right direction. You know, I'm amazed at the quality of coaching on the college level from guys like him. I mean, the young coaches on the college level are pretty darn good.
Okay, last question right here. Hold it for a minute, please.
The SMU locker room is open. Some of the guys are going out to watch the first half, so let me know if there's anybody specifically you need that's already gone out.
Coach, what would an NIT
championship mean to your already procedures like this?